we are and where we were before. Because if we go down to the issues raised in the petition and the notice of motion, then we will, I know we will go to issues of jurisdiction. But if you want to approach it, the court wants to approach this issue from where it is, then you should give us directions on how we do it.
No. You want us to go to the issue of the technicalities, the jurisdiction, because I have some part jurisdiction of the matter.
I can see
partial jurisdiction, correct?
Yes.
And if I were to discharge my obligation in as far as that partial jurisdiction is concerned, it is sought out in the rules. True or not, Mr. Mosota?
I don't want to disagree with the board.
No,
I want to say firmly,
yes.
I want to say firmly that give us directions on this matter. We have raised preliminary objections on terms of issues of jurisdiction, and yes, we are before you. We want to deal with those preliminary issues. As IBC sorts itself out, then you can make a ruling. Because we strongly believe, Your Lordship, we strongly believe that this matter has not been addressed at this particular moment. When you look at even the intergovernmental relations act, there is a way disputes are solved between counties. That mechanism.
Are you saying that I don't have jurisdiction or the matter was brought immature? Those are two different things.
We have raised issues of jurisdiction and the social issue.
So, if I have absolutely no jurisdiction, where do we need to take you? Where can I transfer the matter?
If we are your appeal and you rule in favor of the appeal,
yes,
then the matter is
now, Mr. Mosota,
yes.
you initially you had denied it, but you have now found out that there is incitement of the crowd. And that incitement, we do not know what it will prove. But I want to take your word that there is incitement of the crowd. And the incitement is certainly not coming from prior people in incite. Do we allow that incitement to go on and see what will come out of it?
No, you were saying there are other mechanisms of solving that issue.
Have you tried?
Well,
would you want me to refer the matter to those mechanisms?
Yes, if
what are the mechanisms?
There is a Council of Governments under the environmental relations.
When did this matter? When did this result arise?
It's really after the commission.
After?
Sure, around 2016.
That's when it arose. Have you made any attempt to fight the Council of Governments?
Not that I know, but I know that is what I'm talking about.
Have you? So, since 2016. Now, about 7 years later, the problem is still there. And when somebody decides to bring the matter to court, you say now it should have gone to the Council of Governments.
No, I'm suggesting that the other mechanisms, even the traditional mechanism of settling disputes, those people have been living in harmony for more than 60 years.
You know, when you go to those traditions, I do a lot of reading when I can even tell you the history of Keroka. Who settled there first? Do you know who settled in Keroka first?
I don't know that history. I suspect it should be Indians or something.
No. You know the meaning of Metanaiwa? That's your own.
But I know there is some kind of
What? Yes. Where did that tree come from?
I don't know. The room is on the side.
Masai. Mr. Rana, is it a Masai? That's a name for Murambi. Then you go. And then why that they did. So from that you can tell me among the people who inhabited
Oh, you said this thing.
I'm not saying that they only that, but they are going to be
Oh.
yes, they are going to be the process. afraid they are almost not there. So what I'm trying to suggest here is that now Mr. Nyamira, you cannot withdraw what has already been decided.
In the spirit of this, we have the discussion today.
Yes.
With the experience, I'm thinking of this in the book. We consider that order. It's unfortunate. It's regretted, and on behalf of the city, I apologize for it. And we are here committed to moving forward in this process. We are ready to stay here the whole day. We need to the side and the more the material and machinery is that. Kindly consider that order. And forgive the CEO for not being here.
Sabine.
Yes. So it's
So does that mean Nyamira? This must be from Here.
No, from this.
From here.
But I am trying about this.
Boundaries. You are the what?
I'm the deputy
The deputy? No, Western Zealand. Western Zealand is here, yeah. Owiye, sworn on 19 May 2023, sounds so belligerent and defiant. The same has been negated by the apology tendered by Mr. Hussein Madijan, the CEO of IBC. His conduct of sending very able officers in court demonstrates his willingness to settle this matter. From the aforesaid affidavit, he must have initially acted on wrong advice, for which the court forgives him, with a warning to take court orders seriously in future.
We appreciate and thank you.
Now that Ms. Sabine is in court, Mr. Maenje and Mr. Mosota, don't you think if they brought us a report on the boundary, it will halfway assist us? Because all we need to know is to have the boundary marked. Then once the boundary is marked, unless there are other issues that are not coming out clearly, then everybody will collect revenue within his sphere of operation. Is that so, Mr. Maite? Mr. Mosota, is that the case?
No, that's our position is different.
Your position is?
Our position in relationship is that the court must determine the issues were raised from jurisdiction. Because if IBC brings documents here, that would be evidence.
You are well versed with Article 159.
Yes, but this is a
So
very
you
weighty
want
matter.
yes, you want us to go to technicalities first, which I'm ready to do. There is somebody who is raising his hand. Are you a party in this matter?
Nyamira, where you saying?
Yeah.
My home as a Nyamira.
No, but are you a party in the case?
No.
You just have an interest.
Yeah.
What is it that you want to raise?
No, probably the show us the maps that we proceed.
Mr. Maita, you are granting report. If the boundaries are shown, are you ready to stick within your jurisdiction?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll be ready to stick within our jurisdiction. I also table some members from the Kisii Council of Elders.
If they are elders of the community,
Yes.
and not take offense.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, we will be so much glad and ready to stick to our area of jurisdiction, Your Honor.
Who has come here from Kisii County? That's from the side of the media. Who is here? Who is in court? Besides that, who is there from the...
And we know also we have road some
But
elders.
I don't really want the practice today.
The court is in your
No, because
only
you
four.
see, there's commitment from Nyamira side that if the boundaries are shown, we will not cruise over to collect revenue from Kisii. And to me, if we had some reciprocal from the Kisii part, from the Kisii side, then the matter is over.
Your Worship,
No, Mr. Can I also apply my wisdom, Mr. Mosota,
yes.
to determine this matter? I'll not go the way you want us to go. If it offends you, you have a right of appeal. But I want to do the matter the way I think best. Because the fact that I have partial jurisdiction over the matter, and that is the issue of boundaries, which are just, and what is raised here is that there is no certainty on the boundary, and that's why there is confusion as to who should collect revenue where. Once I'm through with the certainty of the boundary, then you can go to the High Court or the Intergovernmental, the Intergovernmental Committee or the Council of Governors to determine the issue of revenue. But what I need is for Ms. Sabini to bring me a report on the boundary. Once she gives me a report on the boundary, I'll share it with both counties, and then I'll invite comments on that report, just the way we do on the boundary disputes under section 26. That's what they will have. And the matter, in as far as I'm concerned, we rest on the decision I give upon the comments you make in the boundary. I'll treat it as a boundary issue. Once we do that, I'll leave it. And the best person here to give us a report is the IEBC. I'll also expect a report from the land registrar and also a report from the county surveyor, from both sides, and they are all here. Whether they give me a joint report from both counties, all separate reports are based my ruling on that. And I believe that ruling, unless there are other hidden cards, we'll be able, just have a seat, Mr. Mosota, we'll be able to bring this matter to an end. I wish I had commitment from Kisii County, but unfortunately, there's nobody from Kisii.
Your Worship, that statement, in the media here, that statement is very weighty. That we don't have a commitment to solving that issue. It comes from
Not
the
so
bench.
not so. What I've said here, Mr. Mosota, is this. There is a commitment from the petitioner that once the boundary is determined, they stick to their area of jurisdiction. But we do not have anybody from Kisii to give us a similar committee. I'm not saying that they are not committed.
I am here, Your Lordship.
Are you ready to give us that commitment?
I am.
That once you are shown the boundary, your people will stick.
Your Lordship, we have instructions, and I said before that this matter cannot be determined prematurely, the way the court, I'm sorry to use that term, the way the court wants. This is a shortcut. This is a long-term problem which must, by all means necessary, allow all the parties to file their documents, and then you determine the PO we have raised, then from there we can go ahead. But if you are calling evidence, even before we file our own documents, we have not even opposed the notice of motion here. We have not even replied to the petition.
Why have you not?
No, we have filed a PO which we believe will determine this matter. That is part of
and in the PO,
yes.
and in the PO, you are saying the court has no jurisdiction.
Yes.
That's the main.
We also say, yes, we're saying the court does not have jurisdiction. And even this one is not even a petition. This is a self-seeking kind of filing in
not
court.
use insulting language to the petition.
There are decisions in the Lordship.
No. There are no decisions to the effect that it's a self-esteem petition. I think you ought to give the petitioner an apology. Because he is a Kenyan, he has the right to move the court. Whatever he feels, even if his feelings are not agreeable to you, those are his strong feelings. He has a constituency that he serves, and the members of his constituency have told him that they are offended, and he has decided not to take an axe against the offenders, but to move the court, because he's a gentleman. Now he has moved to the court, and then you are saying this is a self-seeking petition. Whether it's self-seeking or not, he has a right.
We are not denying.
He has a right. Even under Article 35, he has a right for information that he's seeking. And this information cannot. No, Mr. Mosota, you are
yes.
wrong in saying that this is a self-seeking.
I apologize, my Lord.
I should rule on that whether it is a self-seeking.
No, I have withdrawn that statement, my Lord.
You don't insult somebody who has come. You have been given a brief by the restaurant to come and defend his interests. So you just stick to that. You told me you are a politician.
I was before.
Yes. The petitioner is a politician. Don't extend your politics to the court. Here we don't deal with the politics, we deal with issues. So whatever politics you want, after this you can even go and address your followers outside the court. Mr. Is it Betty or whoever?
Cesar.
Yes, the petitioner, Mr. Cesar can go and address his followers and tell them we have won in court, or we put the point across in court. That one you are free, as long as you get the necessary, you can inform the police in good time. That one you can go and address it. But in court, I want to deal with issues. So if you want us to deal with your preliminary objection first, that's what I'll do. But I thought I've done my best by bringing the people who have the information to court to come and tell us where the boundary is. In as far as I'm concerned, I thought that would settle the issue. So what we do, raise your preliminary objection. Are you ready to agree? Have you responded to it, Mr.
My Lord, if you will allow me also to say something.
Please.
We are present on behalf of the first interested parties.
Mr. Orin.
Yes. I may not comment about the preliminary objection because we are not in served by the second respondent. But however, I thought I want to appreciate the sentiment which has been given by the court and the direction which maybe the court has given. In the spirit of Article 159, if the court gives direction in a manner in which that the court feels that this matter can be determined,
Yes.
then it will be upon the parties to vote the directions. If in case there's a party who is not agreeable with the directions, then there are procedures to be followed. And in this regard, is to move the court appropriately. My Lord,
You have not been served with the.
we have not been served with a real objection for us to respond. However, I want to confirm to this court that on behalf of the county government of Nyamira, we are committed to have this matter resolved as soon as possible. And if the second interested party has filed a preliminary objection, we'll also be ready to respond to the same.
When is the preliminary objection? Dated?
24th May, Your Worship. 24th May.
24th
Yes.
May.
May.
That was the day before yesterday.
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 Yes.
This 25th.
Yes.
But when you were here last, Mr. Mosota, you said you have already filed the preliminary objection.
No.
Did I hear you?
We say, we indicated that we will be raising preliminary objection.
And then waited until the last day. When I had already made orders that to effect them was very expensive. Because we have two very senior officers from IBC in court who had to come here in the night because of the orders I had given. Then, in order to counter the hearing of today, we filed some. Okay, you have a right, but since last time you told the court you had preliminary objection to raise, you should have filed it the same day or the following day. Not wait until after about a month is when you are filing it, so that this matter does not take place. And you, from your own words, there is incitement on the ground. What is the best way to bring this incitement to our court? Is it to finalize this matter and not to keep it going in court throughout?
I agree with you. I agree with Your Lordship. But all parties must be given an equal chance of presenting documents and everything before court. That is the procedure. Even on 11, we are not.
Why do you want to argue this preliminary objection? Why have you again not served?
I have served. I served yesterday. The emails. My
Mr. Orina says he has not been served.
maybe they can take in the office. My HO served Musa. Those.
At what time?
It's 1600 hours.
That is at 4.
Yes.
Just 1 hour. At the time of leaving the office.
Your Lordship.
Yes, Miss.
Your Lordship, if I may also, we confirmed that it was served on our end, the preliminary objection that late. And
When?
yesterday, yes, be it as it may, we are ready to proceed with the preliminary objection. But I also honestly believe that Milan Senior really is using this as a delay tactic. And there's some sense of unseriousness on his part on that one. And also, I know there's a word called discretion by the court. And the court, in its wisdom, if it decides that it is going to proceed, nonetheless, of course, counsel has a right to appeal, like my other colleagues have said. So we're ready to proceed to have the preliminary objection.
My Lord, I accept you on my feet when I was saying, notwithstanding the preliminary objections, the courts are still the leeway to give another directions in the matter which is deemed fit to proceed. And I was of the view, my lord, that the direction you had given for us to be given a report of the bond will suffice to make
Does
a
your
recommendation.
preliminary objection touch on the issue of boundaries?
Yes.
It says that the court has no
Yes, on that issue, yes.
Can I give you 1 hour to come and address me on that?
Your Lordship,
To argue that that point?
Your Lordship, give us time. We file our submissions to make our ruling.
On what?
On the PO.
Mr. I think now you are treating this court to a circus. You on 15, we were in court. Mr. Mosota, we were in court. You said you had objection to the preliminary objection to the jurisdiction of the court. So you had already made up your mind that the court has no jurisdiction. You have come to this court yesterday, you decided to wait until after 10 days to file that preliminary objection. You served it on some of the advocates last evening after 4. Then those advocates come and say they are ready to proceed with the preliminary objection, the hearing of the preliminary objection. Then you say you want to have it heard by way of written submissions. They didn't know what the preliminary objection was. Now, I'm giving you up to 12, prepare, you give me oral submissions. We hear the application, the preliminary objection. I'm ready to hear you. Yes, you will participate as well.
Yes, the Lordship.
No, in the preliminary objection.
Yes,
You are already on record, is it?
Yes, yes.
So
yes,
at 12 noon, we hear the preliminary objection.
Yes.
I don't, if there are any hidden issues, other than the issue of the boundary and the collection of revenue.
Maybe your Lordship to assist the court in that regard.
Yes.
When we look at we also noted there were allegations of harassment, allegations of destruction of property, violation of Article 40, rights to life, Article 26, injuries. So issues of security also. Your Lordship, considering those issues, and also looking at Article 159, and considering the fact that notwithstanding that my client, that's IPC, are not direct parties to the petition, but we are nonetheless committed to have the quickest, fastest, and swift resolution of this dispute. That is why the client here is even ready to make a presentation, if offered the projector, to give an overview on the issue of these two boundaries. But we are nonetheless agreeable with the direction that the projector is taking. Let us hear this video in after this 1 hour. Let's have it disposed of. And it's also good and important to inform the parties that even us as clients, as IEBC, we have filed a PO. And I believe our PO is more merited than maybe a PO that is.
What was the PO?
Article 189. That's in that IEBC has no jurisdiction or mandate to deal with boundaries between counties. But we are nonetheless.
But you see the way I narrowed this down.
But we have thrown away
No,
this.
you see the way we narrowed this down. You have no jurisdiction to deal with the county boundaries.
We have forgiven that.
Yes.
And we are saying we are ready to assist this court and arrive at justice. So that we can get peace and harmony. With that PO, let's argue it after 1 hour. We are ready to proceed. Let the court deliver this afternoon. With me, we proceed. We are ready to go.
No, not this afternoon, yes. But, I've not even had it. I've not had it to determine when. But, Mr.
We can come back after 1 hour and argue.
Mr. Nyamira, I can tell you that I told you my delivery of my rules. I do the best that I can. So, can we congregate here at 12 noon? Hear that preliminary objection. Everybody look for a place, go and prepare for it. Mr. Mr.
My
Maiti,
note has
what
been
is
break.
it?
I was also.
Even Mr. Lana,
Yes,
usikunywe chai kwanza ama maziwa. Enda ujitayarishe. Let's hear this. If you are supporting it, you support it. If you are against the preliminary objection, you come and share the full truth. Because in as far as I'm concerned, Keroka issue must be sorted out.
Sure.
And because you refuse to sort it out outside there, and you came to court, we must sort it out.
Yes. My daughter, I was supporting my senior sentiment.